Welcome.
about half the time.
Actually,
I am come.
oh my god. Just shoot me now.
I'm so glad I started to actually fucking speak along with it. Oh fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fucking love
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
hello everyone, welcome back to D&D the Shadow Chronicles Session 9. Dragoon
Dark
Dragon
Chronicles.
Eggers. Fucking I don't want to change it, but I will if I can. I don't know.
it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. This is being streamed on the 24th of September 2021 at 9:25 p.m. in the MST time zone. If you happen to live in Canada, it's 11:25 p.m. Or more specifically in like Ontario and that like Canadian time zone. Per Iggy's request or non-request, I said the date this is being streamed at. Per my wanting to be a little more clear, I also said the time this is being streamed at. Per BRG's request, I also said the time zone this is being streamed at. Per Mega's request, I said the time zone in Canada this is being streamed at. And per Chris's request, I did the I am come at the beginning of the stream to signify it was the beginning of the stream. Yeah.
Oh, as a DM, make a DC 30 check there, Vamaru.
Everyone or just Nick?
Just Nick.
I think I made it.
You rolled the wrong thing. A DC 20, and you have to get it. You have to roll a 20.
Oh, okay.
Try to die. And the DC, the difficulty check is 30. So
Okay. There we go.
I see. I see what you did there.
Yeah. You see, I have a bonus because I'm just like that. So.
So the giant rock that just magically appeared just basically was barely not. You were barely able to dodge out of the way.
Oh, okay.
Someone cast meteor on you.
I'm glad I got away.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Somehow.
You're lucky it wasn't Ultima.
The Ultima weapon's got nothing on me. I'm a warrior.
I mean, you've killed the Ultima weapon.
Yeah. I have not killed the ultimate Ultima weapon, as many people have not, but that's beside the point.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, have you heard about Chocobo Cart?
I've heard of it, and I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess this is a thing. They're doing Mario Kart, but Final Fantasy.
Oh, but don't forget about the Mario movie.
Oh yeah, the Mario movie with fucking Chris Pratt as goddamn Mario.
Fucking.
Well, and Jack fucking Black as Bowser.
I don't know. I don't know why you don't use Chris Martin Day. He's in the movie. He's just not playing Mario. What the fuck?
I think the reason might be just because the actual voice work for it would it be kind of either something he's not used to doing or what. But yeah,
I mean, presumably the reason is marketing
the guy
reasons.
in the movie. But they did like put an emphasis on the fact that this guy he's like, this is the voice actor that does the voice usually, and we're appreciative of him. In fact, we're going to have him do not only one cameo but a bunch of other voices as well.
But not Mario.
Because it has to be Chris Pratt, and also Jack Black as Bowser. Because
to be fair, he does voice a lot of characters in Mario. It's just that the main one is kind of a Mario.
That's this thing, yeah. And then
I just wonder what kind of voice Jack Black's going to be using for Bowser. Because I can only picture his normal Jack Black voice.
I just imagine fucking Poe, but as Bowser.
He was Poe, wasn't he?
Yes, he was Poe.
Huh.
And that was basically his default voice too, I think.
Yeah, no, that was his. They purposely made sure that it was his default voice when they were doing Poe. Just because the thing with Kung Fu Panda was quirky martial artist funny movie with Jack Black in it, and it's kind of hard to do quirky funny movie with Jack Black in it when, you're like, is that Jack Black? I don't know. The voice is different.
But the real question is Chris Pratt gonna be Italian or not?
I don't know.
Mamma
Probably,
mia.
I'd probably attempt it. Did I lose? Oh my god! Did I think I lost the. I lost the roof on that one. That poor bastard.
Just
What,
copy the
on this
roof.
house?
Yes.
Just copy the roof from this one.
It's in the tree somewhere. It'll come back up.
Just somewhere.
Just
Oh, I
duplicate the
found
tree
it.
over here. Or was
I
it?
found it.
Oh.
Hello, stream. We're professionals. Can't you tell? Welcome to my professionally done DMing.
I thought that was another building.
Same here. So it's like I'm going. Yeah. At least we have fun. We're gonna have fun with this one.
So yes, we are about to leave town. Yes.
Yeah, you guys are about to leave town. You have, as a thanks for stopping the entire, fucking warp storm from happening, they have given you guys a bunch of traveling supplies,
Mm-hmm.
and you were given a choice of two things. You decided to tackle the first one of the Dragoons being evil and potentially.
And we are heading west.
You're heading west. So, before you guys head off, is there anything else you want to do in town?
I've got nothing.
Oh, hold
if
on,
I could
hold on.
stop joking, that'd be great.
You okay there?
Oh no, I'm fine. It just the roof moving onto the house was a very funny.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
That's all.
That's all? Just.
Mhm.
It's just super funny?
Yeah. I think I'm good to go.
All right. Hey, quick question. Did you guys get in Siren Scrape, by the
Yeah,
way?
I'm in there. I can
Okay.
hear it.
Oh, give me a moment. I actually need to put that on.
Professionals, guys. Professionals.
Yeah, I typically put it on. Just didn't this time.
It's all good.
Yep, ASP enjoying the game.
Okay, I'm here.
All right.
I don't hear anything.
Here. Yep, you're in. Cool. Well, you guys decided to leave.
I still don't hear the music.
I know, I haven't started music.
Okay.
Ooh. Tell me if you can you hear that?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna shut that off now. I didn't realize I had that, so I wanted to go do that. You guys end up heading on the trip through the roads onwards. Westwards. Guys there.
Mm-hmm.
And all you know is that it is going to be west of Silov. So you followed the road westward for a little while. And as you traverse the road, make a perception check.
Perception, okay. 8.
19.
So as you guys travel westward, you notice there's a few traveling people, a few like peasants kind of wandering back on the road along with you, and they're kind of as you approach westward, you find yourself kind of like just watching. Like every couple hours, you'll see like one or two people walk by.
Maybe a little bit too much organ.
I mean, you can turn it down.
I'm
What?
just saying.
What?
I mean, there's an
What?
awful.
You wanted to...
Sorry, what are you saying? I'm going through a tunnel.
Sorry. Is that better?
I mean, there's a lot of organ for a very non-organ related situation, is what I meant.
I know. It's supposed to be kind of gothic, though. It's from Ravenloft.
Oh man, where are these organs coming from?
It's the traveling organ band that is like behind you, about 4 miles.
It also happened to be from the organ bushes right behind that tree over there.
Yep. And then the traveling mimic piano. Can't forget the traveling mimic piano.
It has very high performance stats.
Yeah. All right. Now, westward, you guys go, and as you guys travel for a bit, you run into a few people here and there, and primarily peasants, and you can see a little bit of like on occasion you'll see someone that's like more of like a traveling merchant, and not a like a very small, like they basically have a bit. You kind of know they're merchants because they have a rather big like backpacks on them, and you can see a couple of like their wares as they kind of walk by, and like even with determination to head to a specific like at the direction where you're coming from. And as you guys continue onwards, you didn't catch any of the little hubbub meld, but Ganazel, you caught a few whispers here and there.
Mm-hmm.
That there's a rumor that's kind of coming through these passerbyers that that the Dragoon bandits are struck again and hit another trade caravan.
Let me check something really quick. Okay, never mind. I was just wanting to see if I could use draconic knowledge for anything.
It may be a dragoon, but it's not a dragon.
Oh
But
no!
they're related to dragons.
Ah, yes, but everything's related to dragons. If you found a tooth, dragons have teeth.
But yet there was
Dragon.
nothing here specifically for perception, so yeah.
Mhm.
So they hit another caravan?
Yeah. So basically, all you hear is that they hit another caravan. There you go. A very common one that we usually use,
Hmm.
and that's and that like you also heard that there's a rumor that there's like 3 or 4 of them, and like the only reason that they're so effective, uh, in- including like is because they hit hard and fast and take everything, and
Any word on what was taken, or just that things were taken?
uh, they weren't really particular sure what has been taken. So, uh, you got like a few some conflicting bits of information. So some people were like, "Oh yeah, it's like if it's food, it's like a lot of it's food stuff, and then like any of the gold, some supplies that they can think of that they can like pry out from the thing before having to run away." But others are now speculate. On the other hand, some people were saying that they just kind of they were hitting and leaving things alone. And usually, you can see like where this conflicting type of information would confuse people, but you were able to catch on real quickly that uh, more than likely that they were taking the supplies more so than just basically just needlessly slaughtering trade caravans.
Just
Just
gen-
from your experience as a mercenary and a traveling person.
just general supplies.
Just overall general supplies and the money.
Okay.
It just kind of sounds like regular banditry. The only
Okay.
reason why they know it, you also caught wind of a interesting thing. The reason why they know it's the dragoons instead of regular bandits is the primary weapons that are used are lances,
Mm.
and usually the victims are, or so as the rumor mill has stated, uh, basically have like a giant hole in their chest, as if someone just stabbed someone with a large lance.
Okay.
And last bit of the things that you notice is that like the couple of the traders that you see like walking back on the opposite direction look really nervous and kind of on strung up a little bit, or high strung to be more precise.
Hmm.
And after about a couple more hours of traveling and kind of hearing the rumor mill, you come uh you come across someone uh breaking through like the foliage near this road that you find yourselves on, and in a panicked look on his face is like pure white. He's drenched in sweat, and you can see that like one of his arms is really bloodied, and he's kind of he stumbles through and goes, "Help! Help! They they're attacking the caravan!" And he like promptly falls over, almost unconscious, like and he falls over on into the ground as he's screaming for help, and you can tell that he's exhausted.
Is immediately is anyone trying to get him up? Like go to him,
Uh,
see if he's okay or no?
you see a couple. It's you, Meld, and about two other people, and the two other people are clearly just like civilians, and they kind of like approach and then look over towards the two of you, and then kind of look back at the guy, and you can see that the gears are turning in their head.
Well, I'm gonna tend to him, obviously.
Okay.
I'm gonna look where from the direction that he came from.
Okay. So make a medicine check, Meld.
And let me just double check my medicine. Medicine is a 0. Okay. 13.
All right. You are able to tend to him and address his wounded arm, and you also give him some water, and you know from like either from training or some experience of yours that to give him it slowly but surely. I'm going to just throw this on there to make it less cherry. I don't know if it's going to play anything, mind you. Yay, more piano.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So while Meld is taking care of and like addressing the clearly attacked guy, Genazelle, make a perception check.
All
He's
right,
been personally attacked.
same thing.
You don't see anything in the general area. With your very sharp eyes, you dart around and see if there's someone's trying to follow him, and it's doesn't really look like it.
Okay.
And as far as you can tell, what happened is it looks like as you kind of like look at his pathway, and then you kind of lean forward a little bit and kind of look around and seeing how things are. This guy clearly ran, and no one chased him down.
Mhm. I'll just are there any trees nearby?
You darted around is a bunch of trees. It's not. It's a like a lightly not like really crowded, but it's like a forest type of thing.
It's a lightly wooded area.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get on top of a tree and keep lookout from there.
Okay. Nope. The guy gratefully like drinks a bunch of water, kind of coughs slightly because they went down the wrong throat the wrong pipe for a second, and then he goes, "Oh, thank, thank you, kind sir. Thank you, kind stranger." Oh,
Can you tell us what happened?
uh, you see, I'm I'm the son of a trader, and what has happened? Well, we were traveling from one of the smaller villages along the way to go to Silov to sell. My family does it quite often, see. And well, uh, I don't know how long ago or how long far from here, but behind me, a good few hours at least, is another road. And well, we got hit, struck. It was like something from like lightning hit the it hit the caravan, and it just toppled over, and I don't remember too much. I got scrambled out, and the guards tried to protect us, and I ran, and then my parents ran with me, but I lost them. I I I thought I heard my mother scream. That that makes them. I All also remember is these bandit-like people. For some reason, they were using lances, but it wasn't hindering them at all. And the guards tried to protect us, but they fell. I saw one get get clearly pierced through the skull. Uh, this and you can see that he's like fixating on like kind of like the gore that's happening, and and the blood, the guts. He he was just new too. Why do they do this? He kind of like he kind of sharpen his focus kind of sharpens and like stares at you, and like he's actually asking you why he was attacked.
I
Why
don't
would someone do this?
I don't know, but I am going to make sure it doesn't happen again.
As you start talking, you can hear in the back behind you two kind of cautious steps of two people, of like two sets of footsteps cautiously coming forward. And as you kind of glance back, you see it's the two like peasants that were on the road with you, kind of cautiously approach and kind of goes, "Ah, uh,
Huh?
you okay?"
Okay, that's what you're doing.
Uh, you see that he's like the peasant is very like awkwardly talking. I'm sorry for not offering help, but generally when someone comes through the woods screaming about bandits, it tends to invoke death.
What time of day is it currently?
It is. I we'll say early afternoon.
Okay. And can I see where Genesil went? He's up a tree or something, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
up a
he's up.
tree.
You saw him as you were taking care of him climb up a tree nearby, and like to the left of you, he's on top of, like, a rather tall tree, looking back and forth.
Okay.
Speaking of, Genezel,
Yes.
you make a perception check. Okay. As you scan the horizon of trees, you thought you saw something briefly, like, break the tree line, but like a fair bit of ways away.
Mm-hmm.
But you couldn't get a good glimpse at it. Like, it basically is going like by a 40-degree angle upwards, and you just barely caught a glimpse of it.
Like poking up from a tree, just barely.
Like, it went from, like, you know how, like, when you're, like, on a tree and you can see, like, the tops of the trees?
Mm-hmm.
Like, something, like, basically went from, like, the
It jumped.
through
It jumped.
those leaves and, like, flew into the air at a 45-degree angle.
Is it like I've seen Mel do?
You don't know.
Okay. Either way, I'm gonna drop down and say, Mel, let's go. I saw one.
And I point this direction, right?
Yeah.
And start running where I saw it. And then or not where I saw it, but like where it seemed like the direction was going, I guess would be the better way to put it.
I suggest you all find someplace safe to hide for a little bit. I pull out my spear.
Uh,
I have something to do.
the merchant kind of pales slightly at the looking at your spear slightly, and then goes, and the peasant's like, "Oh, when in doubt, come on, good guy." I mean,
I,
the
and I
one of the
did.
peasants, like, kind of puts him over his shoulder. No, a little hidey ho nearby.
And then I
Nah,
into
don't
the
tell the
forest.
bandits. And you can hear him, like, kind of muttering to the guy, and as they walk like a little bit further on the road, and then, like, kind of get off of it for a bit. Yeah, as you guys dash. I need before I forget, are these tokens up to date?
These ones are not.
I updated
Okay.
mine.
Oh,
Okay.
I will update
Halfway
mine
decent.
then.
If you don't mind updating.
I mean, it's basically just the health value.
Yeah, no. That's why I'm like, can you do
Health
that?
value updated.
All right. Welcome to the middle of a wooded area. As you guys traversed and try to pinpoint it, I want you guys to make a survival check.
Survival? Let's see.
Yes.
I have a +2 in survival. Does this have anything to do with dragons?
No.
Okay, so I don't have advantage.
10.
All right.
Okay. Oh, hang on. I forgot the D part.
I was gonna say that's pretty high up there.
Can I just re-roll that?
Oh, you got a 22. Oh. And no, you got a 4.
I feel like forgetting that D jinxed me.
You gotta live with the actions of your consequences.
How do you role play when you always roll good? But yeah, no. You just because how vague Genizella had been with his like kind of directions of the thing that flew and whatever it, you kind of you don't know where it is, but you know the general direction kinda potentially. Genizella, you're able to track it for a fair bit for a little while, and then you don't know, and so you were able to help Meld in uh, keeping her track in the at least in the general direction of where she needs to be going. And after kind of breaking through a couple of some of the trees and foliage, and scaring a fair few rabbits and other critters, you stumble in here. And as you guys approach, you kind of get into this little area. You notice something over here.
You can jump pretty high, right, Mel?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty surefire way of spotting them out.
I'm just going to cautiously walk underneath this little cliff here.
Okay. Make a perception check.
11.
As you kind of edge closer, like using the cliffside as a wall to obscure yourself, you crouch down and you kind of crawl forward slightly, incautiously, and as you get closer, you are actually very familiar with like the indent on the ground. Your master did this, and in fact, you've done this a few times when you are learning how to jump properly. This is very much a improper landing site, essentially. You don't see a body, but you do see some. You do see blood.
Do I
Okay,
see tracks?
you see like drips of blood, and a couple footprints. Make a survival check.
And this has nothing to do with dragons, so I have no advantage.
Oh. Although it took you a second, just because of how much of time that your teacher has imparted on you, and how the lectures that he gave about proper landing and everything, and what have you, you were able to kind of glean quite a bit of information. Clearly, what happened was that the person jumped and then he crash landed into like right there, and he dragged himself slightly. You can see like this skid mark, like just like not skid mark, but like grooves of dirt. And he got on his feet, and he kind of has been kind of wobbling about, and as he's just kind of went at first this direction, and then he kind of swerves and starts going northward. And after kind of examining the ground slightly, you were able to uh, get a good glance at his feet, or like his footprints, and you can confidently track that.
Okay. I gesture over to Zell.
I join you. What's up?
I can track them.
All right, let's get going.
Insert the cautious tracking.
All right. As you guys kind of approach a little bit closer, and you finally you start following the tracks a bit. And I want to make you do a DC 5 perception check, Meld.
13.
Cool. You notice that the tracks kind of go northwards. Like so. And about right here, they abruptly change, going west or east. My brain, hold on, give me a second.
All right.
Did you write this part down?
No, it's not writing that down.
He's got the greatest notepad of all, his mind.
Yeah.
Infallible.
Very infallible, to the point where I never make mistakes.
It's a flawless system.
Cool. I was correct. He swerves eastward, essentially right. Like he basically stops roughly right here and starts going this way. You don't know why, and then like after a bit, as you kind of track him a little bit, he starts going this direction again. And make one more your survival check.
Nat 20. It is a 22.
You notice a pattern. Even though he's stumbling here and there and clearly isn't like really even, he purposely goes a specific direction. And as you do so, uh, you notice that like the places he avoids, the ground, like the earth, is a little bit more freshly turned. And if you want to make a DC 10 perception check, that's up to you.
I think I can infer that there are traps.
Yeah, you can infer there's traps.
There's a bunch of traps.
How
Just
do you?
follow the just follow the blood trail and footprints.
I mean, can't they like hop over it somehow?
This guy landed improperly. Points at blood.
Oh, okay. I'll just follow along then.
Hmm. Cautiously follows the trail.
Okay.
Cautiously follows Mel, who's following the trail.
All right.
Hmm.
As you guys follow, you hear a loud snap.
What?
Just to the side of you.
Which side?
This side. And as you like quickly turn around to look at it, you see a deer uh like panicking, and basically goes over, hops over the cliff slightly, hits about right here, and then the ground gives away, and you hear a sickening squelching noise and pained screeching bleats from now a dead deer,
And something spooked the deer?
and something spooked the deer.
Well, I'm going to jump up that cliff now. Oh yeah, that works. I jump.
Okay.
Now, what awaits me up here?
Make a perception check.
12.
As you kind of look around and see what spooked the deer, you notice that one of the trees has a javelin stuck, like freshly stuck into it, into the trunk.
Can I see which direction it's pointing?
Yeah, it struck it basically uh, the opposite of where the arrow is going, basically. So it's sticking out like that.
Okay, so it came from this direction.
Yes. And as you kind of notices that, you hear kind of in the distance, like muffled conversation.
I'm going to cautiously approach, and I'm assuming Zell is just following where there isn't a trap.
Basically. Like, whatever path you take, I'm just following right along it because the likelihood of you not setting off a trap is really low. So, that's probably the safest place for me to be.
Good call.
So I gesture to be silent, and we walk over this way.
Okay. And as you kind of walk there, you can hear the voices kind of get kind of closer. And muffling, you can hear like kind of scattered deer this way, food, and family.
I just
And
I gestured to Zell to hide, and I'm going to jump up into a tree.
I will go behind this tree.
yep. As you guys make a stealth check again as well.
All right.
DC 10.
Cool.
Cool. You barely had enough time to kind of hide behind a tree. As just a couple humans come by, like, and they basically break through the trees right here, and you know, then you had found a deer, and you were hunting it down, uh, and another person responded, "Oh, yes, of course. For how the hell are we supposed to feed our family?" As two people come out, a younger gentleman and a more grizzled older guy, and they kind of
They
just
have Do they have lances?
no.
Okay.
They one of them is carrying a couple javelins. Another one is carrying a bow and a quiver of arrows. As they kind of crouch by
Do they
or
have
come by, they stop
do they have
because they see the pitfall.
do they have any identifying features on them? Like armor or anything like that?
Some basic traveler's cloak, and from what you can tell, I, the older person has like a studded leather armor or like a studded leather chest piece. The the younger guy has a leather skull cap on,
Hmm.
and the older guy like stops the younger one. And goes, "All right, so that's your javelin. I have a feeling it went that way down there." And he gestures towards this the pitfall, and he's like, "So, oh, we're gonna go double check there, but on the cautious side, because if there is one fall, there is more fall." And they kind of cautiously come forward.
So judging by the conversation, these are not their traps.
No,
Are either of them injured?
no. Uh, a few like scrapes here and there from like traversing through woods
But
and
not
like bushes,
but
but
not
not no legitimate injuries.
but not so basically not the same blood trail I've been following.
Yeah, no.
Does that just continue northward?
Hmm?
The blood
Oh,
trail
the
does
blood
that just
trail goes northward from like a couple. I want to say about one, two, three uh squares to the left of you. Is like where it basically kind of curves over and goes up there. Yeah, just about.
so yeah, it just goes up it just goes north from here?
Yep.
Okay. I gestured as Zell that they aren't a threat, so I'm just going to tell them to watch out for the pitfalls. I am up in a tree still, but still.
So you're just gonna like about still in the tree, like on top of the tree, go, "Hey, watch out for the pitfalls."
No, I'm just gonna say, watch out for the pitfalls.
Just like as you're on top of the tree, you're just literally saying, "Hey, watch out for the." I'm just basically paraphrasing here, but
Yes.
basically you're warning the two guys here.
Yes.
Okay,
Because
they kind of
they're obviously not a threat. They're not the enemy.
both of them jump because suddenly there's a voice above them saying, "Hey, there, uh, uh, be careful about the pitfalls, traps." And the older guys go, "Oh my, whew. That's how you freaking kill a man," startling a old man half to death. Of course, there are more pitfalls. If there's one, there's more. You can't predict where people are going to step.
When he
But
says
thank
that,
you.
I step out of my tree and says, but you're standing right next to one.
And he basically backpedals slightly as he like just sees like, oh dear, oh, and he quickly reaches forward and grabs the younger guy and pulls him downward. And although he's trying to whisper it, uh, you can hear him clearly because of your superior hearing. But you hear, "And Shelf, you'll be respectful. You will not challenge him on anything, and you will say yes, sir. You understand?" And the younger guy, glances back at you and like takes note of your kind of your skin color, and his face pales slightly. He's like, "Oh, yes, ah, ah." And then the older guy approaches cautiously towards you. Uh, Thank you for the warning, sir.
I'm not the one who warned you. That's what he's supposed to say. Because I'm up in a tree.
Well, no, he's talking about the fact that he said there's the one next to you,
Got it.
and
So
I'll jump down from the tree now.
So yeah, be very wary. There are plenty about. As my associate there said. Good.
he like turns around. Oh, a dragoon.
You know
Speaking
Is
about
this
dragoons?
your hunting grounds?
No. We're tracking some less than favorable dragoons. And we're currently tracking one that we're currently tracking some that just attacked a caravan, and I'm pointing towards the blood trail and footprints that are like zigzagging through the pits.
Yeah. He kind of glances over towards like, ah, where it's not your hunting grounds. It's the slot's hunting grounds.
Yes.
Oh, he kind of shrugs slightly. Oh, that's a loss to us. We're not going to go through any damn thing over here. Far too dangerous for just some hunters.
How well do you know this area?
Yeah, fairly a bit. We hunt here a fair bit. Although I haven't been in here for a few years. This area, mind you.
Do you know what's directly north of here?
Well, more woods, more like. Uh, there's a fair few outcroppings. That would probably be a good hidey hole. You know, just if you need to take a rest or what have you, and not have a bear eat your face.
Thank
But
you.
other than
Thank you.
yeah, he just kind of scratches the back of his head. Ah, no problem. Ah, so you're Dragoon. Oh, there was those rumors. Are you hunting the bandit dragoons or whatever they're called?
Yes.
Hmm.
We had just met someone who was just attacked by them, and they came through here. I don't think they're experienced though, because well, one of them failed their jump and hurt themselves. Points to the blood.
He cautiously it's like, well, used to be a medic with the military. You see, one of the militaries. You see. Do you mind if I double check the area?
I would appreciate it.
Okay. And he purposely follows the pathway that you pointed out to him to like the crash site. And he kind of like crouches down and goes, "Huh. I don't think he failed on due to an experience. Uh, I think he failed because he was injured. So, more than likely, he was escaping from something. And due to his injuries, he landed, well, very poorly. Or that's as far as I can tell.
Oh, thank you for the help again.
Oh, well, thank you for making sure that we don't accidentally kill ourselves. Eh, fair is fair.
Come on,
Not
Zell, let's go.
You guys have a good hunt, and we're going the opposite direction, away from this little area.
I mean, we've seen them all around, so just go slowly. You'll probably be fine. Trace back that blood right there on the ground, and you'll probably be fine.
Safe travels.
Bye.
They nod and go.
And then we head north, following the blood trail.
Yep.
And should we make that the mid-session break?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, see you guys in 10 minutes.
Alrighty then.
am back.
Welcome back.
I had to quickly go track down a mystery sound.
Wait, what?
I had to track down a mystery sound.
Uh-oh. I was watching Bob Ross.
All the happy little trees. Where
think
did
I'm gonna
Nick
probably-
go?
He's probably on Mount Everest. I just came back from there.
So what were you saying about Bob Ross?
Yeah. I literally just came. I'm probably gonna be watching Bob Ross right after this, or at least the last bit of this video. Yeah. It was like the first time that they showed off the. They did the Bob Ross, the marathon on Twitch. And someone actually recorded like the last 30 minutes of it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I have like 10 minutes left of the video because there was a specific spot that they were talking about. And someone was talking about it, so it's like it just stopped. Like it started in the middle of it, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't heard Bob Ross talk in a long time. We're going to go with this.
Hello, welcome back.
That was Mount Everest.
Surprisingly small this time.
Yeah. That's good to hear.
Didn't take me like half an hour to get back from there. At least.
That's always good.
Mm-hmm. Now we commence with tracking.
Where might they be? Those dragoons? Wait a minute.
Northwards. Oops,
I think
little
I
bit.
see one northwards of me.
Haha.
Almost as if they're like 5,
You hear a disembodied voice going,
10,
"You are weird."
15 feet.
About 15 feet northwards. Just as you guys go 15 feet northwards, you just find a dead dragoon.
I pull out my falchion, ready to strike.
Is they like actually dead?
No, that's me joking.
I thought so.
So you guys continue onwards, northwards from where you are, and after a little bit, you kind of realize that he isn't making the weird, like, patterns anymore. And he kind of, and like he's, the steps are a bit more faltering, and he fell over at least once or twice from what you're reckoning. And you find yourselves kind of at a cliffside. Make a perception check.
20.
11.
The one time I'm not doing terrible outside of combat.
That means once you're in combat, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Yep. Even my ridiculous bonuses are not going to help me.
You, Ginazal, you don't really hear anything, just regular stuff. Just when kind of like briefly coming through, uh, and leaves rustling a little bit. But Meld, you can hear troubled, labored breathing as you guys approach. And with the help of with the person just breathing loudly, and you can hear like a kind of a wet cough. Uh, you were able to find an entrance to a cliffside. It looks like it was roughly made. It was man-made, and but if it wasn't for the fact that you were tracking him by sound, you would probably have not really realized it unless you came at a certain angle, and you can just hear it echoing through this cave entrance.
Hmm. We're still on the previous map, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
This is all theater of mind.
We follow cautiously. Well,
Optimistically.
not into the cave, but yeah.
As you kind of get closer to, as you get closer to the entrance, make a stealth check.
Elf is a 2. 14.
The labored breathing doesn't change as you guys get crouch closer and peer into the cave. The brownish rocks kind of you can see like sand like kind of piercing through this like dark area, and like it spreads out almost invitingly, except for like after a little while it just kind of goes to darkness, and you can you can see that like what basically is it goes one forward for a little bit, and then it does a natural curve one direction to the left, and that's where you can hear the really loudly breathing Dragoon.
And there's no lights in there or whatever, it's just dark.
Yeah.
Is there any signs of like multiple people here outside the cave, like footprints, etc., etc.?
Do a perception check, DC 10.
5. I mean,
You don't
would I
really notice anything else.
would
You
I have
guys kind of
would I have advantage since this is a tracking dragonic type of thing? I don't know.
not particularly. You're tracking your Dragoon and not a dragon.
Okay.
So
And what time is it now? Is it still late
I
afternoon?
I would say mid to it'd be basically the equivalent of 1 to
So it's midday.
midday. Yeah. So the person in the cave is labored breathing, and you can hear like a uncomfortably wet coughing noise on occasion that breaks up the labored breathing.
And there's no other sounds, just him coughing.
Just coughing and breathing loudly.
I'm going to take my pythons and some rope and make a trip trap at the entrance.
Okay.
I'm going to gesture to Zell to stay outside and guard, and I'm going to go walk inside.
I nod and start to kick back a bit.
Okay. As you cautiously come in. his breathing slows down, and you can tell that he knows that someone is here. You can hear kind of some rustling and like metal on metal as he's like shifting around a bit. Come to finish me off? There he is.
I don't even know who
Bastards.
you are.
He pauses for a second. The hell are you? You gonna put me out of my misery? Ugh, God, this hurts. And
Who are you talking about?
the others,
The
the
other
little band of rebels.
You mean the bad dragoons?
Oh, bad too. Probably common folk. See, they're obviously the good guys protecting the dragons, they declare. At the expense of others, obviously. I objected after a little while. They
Would you like
all this little information about about how bad the primary order is. But here they are, preying on trade caravans like the desperate little vultures that they are.
would you like to bring them to justice?
Oh, I'm done, man. I am done. I don't have long. Are you gonna stick to the shadows? You
There's
haven't
light
really approached him, mind you.
there's light coming in from the entrance, right?
Yeah.
Because he's around the corner, I'm around the corner. I walk into the part where he can actually like see the light, and obviously I'm holding my spear.
Well, at least I was right about you being a dragoon.
I heard rumors of there being some bad dragoons in the area. Can't have them giving us a bad name, you know?
I already gave him some bad names, yeah. And to be fair, you see him kind of like struggling to straighten himself up a little bit. Uh, they aren't totally wrong about the main branch. Whatever it takes to get the job done.
I'm going to go over to him and patch him up.
Are you gonna try to patch him up?
Uh-huh.
As you approach, you kind of realize he has this big, like, a good section of like his left side is just basically missing, and you can see like a curve of like his insides, and it's where he's been bleeding out. Hit me really hard, and he kind of like just weakly swipes away at your as you try to like approach to heal him.
I just karate chop him on the head. I'm
Okay,
helping you.
do a perception check.
8.
Okay. You're attempting to do it, and he attempting to help him. Make a medicine check. And after you kind of karate chop him, and he kind of grumbles. He kind of lets you do. As you wish.
Yep, he can't be helped.
Guts, 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 guts.
Yeah, he's done for.
Oh, you could have just, actually done something rather than stare at him while he bled out,
Well, I did do something.
You made it worse.
You try to ascertain his injuries, and instead of when you try to prod something, you prod it, and it actually like legitimately heavily, when you like forcibly poke someone, you basically did that, but inside the wound. And he's like, oh fuck, oh that, well, at least I'm not tired, I guess. Good.
Sorry, I don't have anything to heal you with.
Zelda, kind of figured I was gonna die in a ditch.
Technically, there's a cave.
Technicalities. I'm gonna die here, and the only fucking witness of this entire damn thing is a kind of side eyes you slightly. A slightly inexperienced Dragoon. Idealistic too.
There's nothing wrong with being idealistic.
Yeah, until someone pulls the veil away from you. I was idealistic too.
Is there any way you would like to be buried?
Yeah. The rocks here are fine. Just kind of dig a ditch and put the rocks over me. Just if you want to put like something on top of it, my helmet. And he shifts over this, and he pulls the weapon that he's gripping. This is my my lance. It meows a bit, clearly. Can I help you?
Is it cat?
It is cat. It's a cat that's literally prancing around in front of my screen to get my attention, so I'm giving her attention at the moment.
Hmm. As cats are tend to do.
You damn well know better than to do that. Alright,
Can you repeat what he was saying about his lance?
yeah. So he's like, this lance is rather famous. Flew quite a few dragons with it. As a token for burying me. Take this and give it someone. Either use it yourself or give it to someone who would use it. I don't want this to be rusting away on a unmarked grave of some sort. It's a waste of a good lance.
I'll take good care of it.
Thanks.
In return, let me tell you the name of my spear.
Uh-huh. Good, I'll tell you mine afterwards.
Hybrida.
And good name. This this is Soul Seeker.
Soul Seeker. And
Very grandiose, I know. Didn't name it myself. A partner of mine named it. before she died. Or she recommended it before she died. Um, no, it's definitely die now. Thanks, Soul Seeker. The can't. By the way, it's a bit south. uh, Southwest from. Yeah. As he says that, he slumps over, lifeless.
I'm gonna do that thing you see in like all the TV shows and stuff and like close his eyelids.
Okay.
Zell, you can come in.
All right.
Keeping in mind
Is
of the trip wire that Mel put over, you kind of just step over it and walk in.
So, bastard dead yet?
He is.
All right.
Help me bury him.
You already loot his body?
Help me bury him, please.
Okay. After we dig the hole and start moving his body, I try to search it stealthily.
Stealth check.
Is that stealth or sleight of hand? I mean, I think it's the same roll.
A sleight of
either way for me.
hand.
Sleight of hand, more so.
It's the same roll either way for me. Let's go. A.
And it would be against
Perception.
my and it would be against my perception, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
I think
do we just
Oh.
re-roll or I don't remember what actually happens if we meet.
All right, buddies.
Mm-hmm.
High or low?
I, I'll you know, he's been rolling high, so I will go low.
high it is then.
All right. Low it is.
Sweeto. Alright, what's this guy got on his body?
So, as you kind of bury him, and you kind of very nearly get caught, like rummaging through his stuff. Like legitimately, if it wasn't for the very last second of you being quick on uptake, Gil, you would have been caught, and you know it, and the end result, Mel knows that you, or at least kind of gets the feeling that you're a little shifty, but after a little bit, just kind of pass it on, just you being you. He has a small money pouch and another uh, small pouch of something that looks clearly was clearly valuable to the man because it's separated.
Okay.
Everything else is just generic adventuring fare. I hand him like a coin and then no, like it's just generic armor essentially. A little bit more designed than usual for more flexibility of movement, but overall it's just regular chainmail. Inside one of those patches it turns out to be a coin purse that you were able to look up afterwards. And inside said coin purse you find let's find out. And 6 gold, 19 copper, and 10 silver.
All right.
And the other pouch. This is after like the coast is clear and you're kind of looking at it while Melda's doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
And inside the other pouch, you find some odd things. It looks like one of them looks like a rather it looks like a rather large claw, and in along with that is a about a fist size scale of the color a of like a bright red. If
What
you
is
want to
a
make
gale?
scale,
Hail.
Oh, okay.
not a gale. A gale is wind, by the way, most times, or a name.
Mhm.
But
So a
if you
large claw and a fist-sized bright red scale.
yeah, if you want to do a nature check to kind of discern what it is,
It's a nice centerpiece. Maybe a coaster. Yeah.
more than like, as far as you know, it's reptilian. So props to that. He likes his reptiles. And reptiles that are clearly big. So, who knows?
Maybe it belonged to an alligator.
Could be an alligator. Or it could be an alligator person.
A lizard
All you
man.
know is reptile.
All right.
Alright. After you guys bury him, you kind of help you kind of remember like his last words was their camp is southwest from here.
Mm-hmm. And that's where we're headed next.
To the southwest we go. Isn't that right?
Uh-huh.
But before I forget,
Mhm.
Ian,
Yeah.
are you doing a morning shift tomorrow?
8:30.
8:30? Okay. We'll stop in 30 minutes then,
Okay.
at the latest. So, as you guys traverse downwards, you find yourself in a familiar, like,
Yeah.
you found yourself downwards and like in this area again. You see that the two hunters have like have long left, and so you say that it was southwest from here, where the cave was, which is
Yeah.
basically southwest of like this area essentially, or like the camp or whatever it's called.
Uh-huh.
So, but do note that this area is still trapped.
Mm-hmm.
And to emphasize that, you see over here, as you guys kind of get back over, you see you see a wolf crushed between a tree and a large log that's lodged into the tree area. So not only is there pitfall traps, but swinging log traps now.
So yes, caution and checking for traps.
Yes.
And what time is it? Since we had to like bury the guy, that would have taken like an hour maybe.
About an hour, hour and a half at most. And you do have his spear with him.
Mm-hmm.
And his final request of it being used as his lance used as an actual lance and not just kind of a something
Mhm.
that they keep in a dusty old place.
Come on, Zell. Let's go.
Well,
The next
and
map.
we don't have a next map.
In our mind's eye.
Actually, as you guys kind of travel this way, downward, southwest, you find yourselves. You actually stumble upon a road. Copy the two of you. There you go. After like traveling through a bit of the untrailed forest, you stumble yourself, and you find yourself looking at a road, a crossroads of sorts.
It looks like we found the caravan.
And as you guys get on near the road, you can smell the stench of death, and hear buzzing of flies.
Flies set in quick.
What?
Flies set in quick, but I'm pretty sure flies only get attracted to dead bodies within like a few days.
I thought it was pretty quick for the decomposition of bodies.
Like it's quick, but it's not like, oh hey, it's been an hour.
How long
thing.
until onset of flies dead body?
Well, your FBI agent's gonna be saying hi to you soon.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot worse stuff I've searched.
Welcome to being a D&D.
Some
DM.
biologists estimate that within 15 minutes of a person's death, the insect can detect the corpse. So, potentially within 15 minutes.
Huh.
And it's been more than a couple hours. At least.
So where are we supposed to head from here? Because he said southwest. And this is basically southwest.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it? It's 3 or 4? Probably
Yeah.
probably more like 4, I think.
So southwest would be continuing that way. And as the buzzing of the bodies, you guys get to look over. And you see but a bunch of like pock marks and like little craters here and there. And it's one of the guards is just like just cleanly missing his entire head, while another uh has a large hole through his chest, and the caravan rider didn't look. It looks like he died. Got by trampled by like hooves. Like he got thrown off, and then the horses panicked and just stampeded up and like stomped on him. The other two uh, people, both of them are dressed kind of in practical, decent clothing, and kind of clearly merchants. A lot of puncture wounds, and uh, a few of them, a few actual like sword slashes, and died pretty badly. Where this one just kind of was scooting backwards before dying, and this one attempted to flee and was cut, uh, basically skewered from behind and just kind of collapsed on the ground. And as you guys kind of inspect this area, you see like the car actually had ways to bolt like a cover of some sort over, and but the cover and like the frame of it is just is gone, and a bunch of boxes are just kind of like scattered here and there, broken apart. A few of them, you see like rotten food, like fruit in it, while others are uh, a couple of them. There's like some cloth. One of them has like just some plain cloth in it. But as you guys kind of search around, there is no money. There is like a lot of the good sort of like traveling supplies or whatever is missing from here. And I want the two of you to make a perception check.
3.
11.
Oh. All right. Give me 1 second. I gotta go double check something. Cool. Okay. 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 How's your inspecting the bodies and just the general massacre? You hear a very loud snapping sound as like a tree branch breaking, and out comes from some of the trees uh, into your kind of terror from the general direction from where you came from. A large hulking wolf his piercing amber eyes fixated on you as he pulls his lips back in a large snarl. And accompanying him is other, not as terrifyingly huge as this other guy. Still pretty big. Of a wolf snarls back at you as well as they eye you hungrily, and the two and the five basically free meals that they're clearly want, and that's where we're gonna end it.
Okay.
All right.
So pulling back the veil slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You were supposed to go and follow follow the path or whatever and get to this part first, but you guys rolled just well enough where you basically follow the uh injured dragoon.
So, question: Is there supposed to be 5 dragoons or 4 total?
Who
Uh,
knows? There could be 10 of them.
Do you remember someone saying about there being a group of 4 dragoons?
Uh,
I remember.
about four, about four, and they were actively trying to recruit.
Okay, so then there's only 3 because one of them just died.
There's still four.
Okay, so there were
because
5.
Yeah,
or they just recruited one when they were at 4, and then that one just
yeah,
died or something.
yeah, and one of them is not dead because you buried him.
And ripped his belongings from his cold corpse.
That was you.
Yeah, you didn't stop me though.
I didn't see
So
you.
it's kind of on you.
Yeah, let's not try that.
I know.
That would not hold up in court.
I
But
mean,
yeah, no.
you
See,
know.
I will tell you right now, I'm actually very happy how you play evil. You're very much opportunistic, and you aren't stupid.
I mean, he is stupid.
No, did he purposely murder a guard in plain daylight? Has
He
he
wanted.
lit?
He wanted to.
I wanted to, but wait, when did I want to?
You didn't deny it.
I was assuming that you were referencing a single like instance where I expressed that, but I don't think I ever have though. And even if I had, I still didn't act on it, which is the true mark of evil.
See,
But yes, I don't just go around challenging people to death, because that's
and
stupid.
you also don't like decide to light orphanages on fire for evil reasons. Basically, you do crimes without question. You will let people if you offer to help someone, but they say nah, you're like okay, and go watch them die. But you don't fucking do outwardly super evil things. You try to not, which is fantastic.
Like I'm
I,
evil, but I'm like evil within reason, you know?
yeah,
Like
it's also the other thing is I've noticed that you choose specific things to do evil acts of, but you don't actively try to
like
fuck the rest of the group up, basically. Or
if the opportunity presents itself, I will likely take it. Though I
mhm.
don't really go out of my way to create these opportunities, I guess I would say.
Yeah, which is again one of the reasons why I don't mind you doing evil. And this is actually you are basically almost a one of the reasons why I don't mind people playing evil characters in my games because as long as you don't start stupid shit because I'm evil, so therefore I would do this. It's within my character's thing. I'm like, no, your character isn't stupid enough to.
It's what my character would do.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, your character is stupid enough to kill a guard in broad daylight in front of hundreds of witnesses.
Then your character will suffer the consequences of their actions.
Yes.
Which your character typically does.
Ah,
You've
I
suffered
think
consequences before.
I mean, not with Genazol. Don't really think his evilness is that well known.
Yet.
Like, he was kind of a dick to Princess Wildflower, but
yeah.
that's not really evil. That's just more being a
Yeah,
dick.
and that was excused because he just came back barely alive. But like literal serious props that you are playing a character that is still clearly evil and will do evil things, but you aren't to the point where like you're disrupting the game at all.
Like, if
It's
I see a cart full of people screaming for their lives, burning bodies, I will likely not, like, I would like pretend to save them while
mhm.
grabbing loot and such, and then, oh hey, you happen to survive. Wow, that's so cool.
But yeah, no, I I've been meaning to talk to you about that really, just because
How about how I play Meld?
how you play Meld is actually basically not a reverse of stupid good, but basically you pull a good idealistic and slightly naive character pretty well.
I'm idealistic stupid.
Yeah, the thing is, but you're not like moronic. I don't expect your character to go into a place and play lawful stupid, basically, where you're in a town and you're like, oh my god, someone's literally has like someone in chains and is like beating the fuck out of them, and you're like, your character will intervene in that, obviously, but then like they're like, oh, see, slavery is okay here. That's part of the law. At the city, it's legal to own slaves, and this is a slave, and it's legal for me to do whatever I want with my slaves. You're not gonna go, oh, okay, carry on then. It's all good. But you're also like, your character is idealistic and naive in a realistic way, where you're seeing, like, for example, the Dragoon that just died. You're like, you don't go, oh, I'm going to give a stern talking to the person, the people who killed this Dragoon. You're more than willing to fight, and you're obviously more than willing to kill when you consider it the final solution, basically, or the only solution to the problem, like with the cultists.
Hmm?
And I will be playing with that a lot. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to be playing with that a lot. Same with your character, Ginzel.
Oh boy, oh boy. You're gonna give me opportunities to be evil, are you?
Well, I'm going to give you opportunities to be evil, yes, but there's also opportunities of other things along the way as well. Alignments are guidelines,
Lines are
basically.
like guidelines and actual rules.
And it's supposed to help you remember, like, hey, like, if you haven't played a character in a while, say, we stepped away and like we spend I don't know, 2 years away from D&D for some reason. And you come back and you're trying to play like Meld or Ginazelle. You're like, okay, what is my character's alignment? Oh, my character's alignment is good. So you're like, okay, yeah, I remember now. Jogs your memory. And same thing with Ginazelle, obviously. So I am very happy with the fact that I got an evil person and a good person in this. I am super cautious right now as well because I don't expect this to cause any too much issues, but conflict between the two. There's a reason why most people don't particularly want evil characters in a thing, and why, like in Pathfinder, in their official play, they don't allow evil characters. And it's primarily to stop party conflict and inter-party conflict.
No evil
To
characters in Pathfinder, really?
in Pathfinder Society,
Hmm.
they're organized play, not
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
yeah, because basically they flat out refuse to. It's illegal in the organized play to play a evil character. You can still do evil acts, and you'll get like points of infamy, and if you don't get that dealt with at some point, they will just forcibly throw your character out of the society,
Mm.
and which basically amounts to your character uh be unplayable, and then they're going to keep a better eye on you specifically just because you clearly have a penchant of doing evil to acts. Basically, it's a very interesting system. Basically,
Okay.
but at some point, I will at least do a mock version of it with you guys just to see how you guys feel with the system. But
Second edition, right?
yeah, second edition. The bit more streamlined and better smoother ride on how to roll things.
Hmm.
Who knows? You might actually like. I think they released. I think they are already releasing. Are going to release Guns and Gears, which is basically they added 2 new classes there, which is Inventor and Gunslinger. But that's
Adventure
that.
sounds fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get going and finish this Bob Ross thing, and then probably play some Guild Wars 2.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Have a good night.
I'm gonna do some more drawing and maybe try to convince Iggy to do a Rimworld for like half an hour. Although I think he might be offline.
He is currently offline.
Is he offline on Steam though? Is the question.
I mean, I feel like by and large, if he's offline on Discord, that's 99% chance that he's not doing anything.
That is also correct.
All right.
Good night.
Anyway,
Good
thank you
night.
for watching. Bye.